All right, DixieThumper here. We're just out of the rain. There's Dixie. There she is, the bloodhound, and getting settled into the new old place. This is another house that we had, and we've been working on it. Had it on the market and moved up to Georgia area for the job, and we're back down in free state of Florida. So just getting kind of things situated. Shut off all these smokes. I smell the sulfur. My wife's complaining already, rotten eggs. So I gotta put them in some water. The rain came down on us pretty quickly, and but I was able to get off all these older rounds, so I can get these holes cleaned up and ready to reload for something else. I don't like having hulls loaded for a long periods of time, because the black powder and the Pyrodex is hydroponic. It'll basically absorb moisture. And I've got more 3-inch shells. There are actually some from the other day up here. Matter of fact, I'll go ahead and pull them down, some 40 millimeter and some more 37s. So I got more. So if you, I shoot a lot of the printed stuff too. The printed stuff is what I usually leave loaded longer because it's got a better seal. But the aluminum spins, contracts, just doesn't seem to do as well long-term storage wise. So keep them for your ready loads. So there we go. We got 5-inch casings over here on the left for both 40s, 37s, and then 3-inch casings here. So just kind of getting situated. I got to get everything organized. That's the tack. That's the pin arms. So just got the machine set up over here, K2. So yeah, we're good to go on calibration. I already started it, so we already did calibration. So we can get that back online here. I still got 2 other machines over at my other house. We're gonna go ahead and level while we have this one hooked up. This little Creality Ender 3V SE. They're great for like nose cones and basic stuff. If you're not looking for super duper pretty, these machines, you can't hardly beat them for the price. They work really well. You do have to maintain them. They're not as good as a bamboo, but the price point's way lower. I have 3 of them, and I have about $100 a piece in each one of them. And before I got this K2, which I'm still paying on, I pretty much made all my money off of this. And as long as you can learn how to tune them right, get them calibrated properly, they'll actually produce pretty decent stuff. Good enough for launching easily. So if you want to make projectiles on your own, or whatever, I highly suggest you get a 3D printer. If you don't, I've got the stuff. I'll print and sell for you. I'm not making a huge profit on these things, but I am every day developing, making better products. So this is one of the new pushers. It's a solid pusher for chalks, but it has an indent for fuse location should you so desire. These are just the supports right here. They just peel right off. So you just peel them off, and you end up with a pusher that's this one right. Thought I peeled one off. I guess maybe not, but so these pushers, once you peel those little supports off, this is what you end up with, is pusher for the printed stuff. And that little piece comes out right here. It goes into garbage. There we go, see? Just put it right there for now. Goal is more function over form. So they may not be as pretty as some things that you see on eBay, but a lot of those things you see on eBay that are pretty don't work. They literally do not work. Don't waste your money on a bunch of fins and crap. If it's at the bottom and it has a bunch of fins and the fins sit down there over that blast zone, they will not survive the blast. They will not go far. They will be very disappointing. They may look cool as hell. They may have spin, angled fins, so they spin and stabilize supposedly. Yeah, they don't. Trust me, they don't. I've tried them all. I haven't seen one yet that works. These will work, and they don't spin stabilize. They ballast stabilize. These are old school physics. Just like throwing a sock with sand in it through the air, it stabilizes. It's because you have that tail. Well, this tail here helps stabilize it. You have weight forward as it goes through. It'll yaw. It'll come out. It'll look like this, and it'll look like this, and it'll slowly stabilize. And these will go anywhere. I've seen. Well, these out of the printed shells have I've registered almost 300 yards with them easily. Now that I'm back on the land out here, I will set up actual markers and everything so you can see it, and cameras, so it'll be easier to understand what I'm talking about. I'm not saying buy from me. I'm just saying if you're going to design your own, don't waste your time with all these weird fins and all that and rifling. The rifling and the casings don't work. It doesn't work. It breaks the casings. I tried it, and I tried it again, and I tried it 100 times. And other people have too, and they all told me the same thing. And I said, I'm gonna try it for myself. So yeah, I think you should try it for yourself so you understand what I'm saying. But once you already figure, don't print a bunch of them, print a few, go test them out. When they don't work, then you should concentrate your efforts on a design similar to this that gives you a blast chamber. So you want the pusher to house down into the shell. There's a powder cup, 209 primer, you have a ledge, and the skirt slides down over and meets that ledge and fits perfectly in there. That creates a blast chamber in there, and these things hum. They go. Then you can throw whatever size nose cone you want on it. These are mediums. They do have to be friction fitted a little bit, so you gotta heat these threads a little bit sometimes, and to fit these, I hand fit all of them. So people say, well, how much, how come yours are so much? Well, I got the material cost, the energy cost, and the time spent hand fitting every one of these before I ship them out to you. So that's that. I'm, like I said, I'm getting set up in a new place. These are going to be more chalk rounds. I have a customer that ordered, it's actually a gun shop. They ordered 50 of these, so I'm going to be bringing those up in another couple weeks to the gun shop. So it's gaining traction. People are seeing that these work, and the whole idea is to have fun. I want you to have fun with your launcher, and I want you, if you don't have a launcher and you thought that they weren't worth having, check out my stuff. I think you may be surprised. They are worth having, totally, especially now. I've been in this game with 37s particularly since the mid-90s when the first Cobras came out. I had one, and there was nothing to shoot in it. We had like 2 shells, and we tried them, and it was just like crap, 20 yards. So I was like, wow, this is not even worth messing with. And everybody thinks, oh, this is going to be just like the 40 millimeter. No, they're nothing like the 40 millimeter. They're completely different way they operate, and they actually prefer Pyrex and black powder over smokeless. I've tried tons of smokeless rounds. They just don't perform as well as the Pyrex and the black powder of the smoothbore. I don't know why. I'm still working on that. I might change my opinion on that later, but as of right now, that's my opinion. The 40 mic, whole different animal. You have headspace. The rounds actually headspace to the rifling when you, not on this one here. When you load a 40 mic, break out a chalk round here. Okay, if I can get one out without dropping it. Here we go, come on. All right, come on now. So these chalk heads are not glued in yet, and I usually put a little hot glue on them to hold them in to the casing. So, all right, so these rounds, a headspace, whenever you put them into the 40 millimeter, this portion, and if you can see it, I'm going to zoom in right here, that's raised, that actually engages the rifling. Okay, that is why these are 40 by 46. When they go out, they're getting launched with the same amount of pressure, right, as you would with the similar system out of this smoothbore. But the difference is the rifling engages and keeps this stable. So this keeps this stable, so the pressure is equally applied on the rifling as it's going out the barrel on the 40 mic, okay? With the smoothbore, that cannot happen because it's smooth. As the round goes out, it's going to naturally yaw a little bit, and that's going to release a lot of pressure out the side. And this is why these type pushers don't work well in 37s. It's been my experience. Someone may prove me wrong. If you have proven me wrong, I'm not too big to admit it. Just freaking show me, man. I'm from Missouri, man. Show me state, right? No, I'm not really from Missouri, but anyway, I'd like to see what you got going, because the idea is to make these rounds better, more accurate, travel further, so we can have more fun. And those that are registered as DDs, like this one here is actually registered as a DD. Along with that, of course, all 40 millimeter and all rifled 37 millimeter barrels are automatically DDs. Smoothbore 37s, flare launcher, unless you register as a DD. Explosive rounds over 1/4 ounce of powder in the payload would make this a destructive device as well, which means the shell and the round would have to be registered. So we don't do that. I understand there is some exemptions for fireworks. I don't have the actual letter of the law on that yet, but we're working on it. I want to get a clarification. I don't want to put out bad info. And when I get that clarification, then I will post it in written form so you can screenshot it, and I'll put it on my website. Website's still under development. Unfortunately, GoDaddy is not very user-friendly, and I've been having a lot of issues with getting the online store up and working right. I am on eBay, Gunbroker, Tax Swap, and what is it? Guns and Ammo, FS hub.com, hub.com. That's a new one for me. I haven't really made any sales off there. I don't even think I'm going to continue there. It just seems more like just a bunch of guys who like to just chew the fat, which is cool. It's all good, man. But I've got limited energy and limited funds, so I'm definitely not paying, $200+ to get a $130 sale a year out of that. That's not worth it to me. So anyway, just an update. Dixie says hi. Dixie, can you howl, baby? Can you howl? Come on, let's howl. Howl. Can you howl? Come on, you can do it. Come on, howl. Howl. Good girl, good girl. So she said bye-bye. Anyway, we'll see y'all later. Take care.